Hi everyone. Uh, whenever I have to go to Ren Fairs, I have to wear a knee brace. So I, when I had gone to Idlewild, California for their Ren Fair, I had to wear my knee brace, but I wore a different skirt, and you could see it the whole time. And I was thinking, like, what if I did like bloomers? So I was like, yeah, I'll make bloomers. And then I thought about it more, and I was like, oh, what if I made it be like, comparing like Michaels, since they have the fabric now, and where I get now most of my fabric is actually Walmart. So I was thinking of comparing the two and seeing, that. So fabrics, 2 yards, that's all I need. I don't need more than 2 yards. So this is prices for Michaels and Walmart for their 2 yards. You can see that the Michaels is a little bit more, and they don't have it in store for me. Yeah, or Walmart, I can just go into Walmart and pick it up. I tried getting the same size trim. I got 3 trims. I tried to get them roughly the same size or close to it. So, first is my 1 inch and my 7/8. So just slightly smaller, and then 1.6 and my 1 1/4 inch um, lace trim. And then my almost 2 inch one, it was 1 inch and 7/8, and then 2 inch trim. So close, not exact, but because I thought, like, if it's gonna be seen, it should be cute. So here's the next thing: is I was like, okay, how do I want to do my my design? Do I want it to wear the what is it? Elastic. That's what I'm trying to say. The elastic of where it'll sit. Do I have it underneath? I realized I was not speaking into the mic for that. So again, either here where my knee would bend, or a little bit farther down where my leg brace would end. So I did 2 designs. So here's the one where it's underneath my knee. So it's just a little bit farther down, like about 19 inches long for my inseam. I thought it was cute. And then, but it was only like, the idea was like just the one layer. And then I was like, oh, what if I do 2 layers and have it at my knee? I like that one better. And so that's my plan. Is I have to remeasure my inseam though for where my knee is. So I know that's my stopping point. And then I'll take the leftover fabric that I have from the 2 yards to make ruffles, and then add my lace trim to those ruffles. I'm talking too fast. And then having one trim where the leg ends and the ruffle begins, and then at the 2 layers having the other ones. So I'm really excited. This is kind of like comparing but not comparing, and I just, 2 different colors, one black, one in white. So I got all my blacks. I'm gonna get all my black stuff from Walmart, and then all the white stuff from Michaels. So yeah, I'm gonna start making my bloomers to go underneath my Ren Fair stuff to hide my knee brace. I just realized that I'm kind of doing almost hardly any scraps. Like I literally only have like this pile of scraps because I did make the pants whiter than normal to add a little bit more luminosity to it. I have at the end I had these two pieces. One was a little bit bigger than the other, so I cut it in half. So this is my longer one, this is my shorter one for my ruffles at the base. So yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I didn't have that many scraps, and I can use these for a scrap skirt. Okay, so these are my black ones. They have been very recently washed, and it's funny because the elastic on this one shrank more than on that one, which is fine because this is the side that my knee brace is on when I wear them. I am gonna have to go back in and probably do something because the elastic, they kept falling when I was wearing them. But I didn't really go too much into how I made them because black and no one can ever see it, so I'm going to do that with the white. So I'm going to quickly transition to putting all the white fabric on so you guys can see what that looks like. And because I haven't cut it out yet, but just because I feel like with the black, the different colors is fine. But for some reason, when you have different tones of white, it can look a little funny. So these are my white trim with my white fabric. What I showed you in the beginning was not what I actually got. I actually got this for cheaper because the one that I wanted that was just 2 yards automatically, they did not have in stock by the time they shipped it. So I had to actually go in the store and get this cut, which wasn't so bad. It was a little interesting because their cutting counter is like, it holds the cutting mat that goes up to 36 inches, and then that's kind of it. Oh, well, for my store. Just a reminder, this is for my store. So, yeah, it's very different. And I am noticing on camera that these laces, because I was thinking about not doing what I did on the black ones, but I might have to maybe, because this one's not really picking up very well. This one's okay. This one's definitely okay, but this one also will be set up to where it's on the edge like that. So you're going to see leg anyways for that one. But these two, this one looks like it definitely matches that fabric. So I'm going to cut out all the pieces. You don't have to see that again, but I will walk through how I work with each piece to get it to the to look like this one, which again, I know it's black, but it is 2 tiers. And again, this will be easier to see. Okay. So I've already sewn all 4 pieces together, and then with this first one as my example, I'm hemming all of them before moving on to add the lace trim. And I can't remember if I didn't say this before, which I don't think I did, but I was thinking about it. So I was able to get more of a shorter one and a longer one on this one compared to the black one because it was 2 yards put together, which made it easier for when I cut it to make 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. So I'm going to finish hemming all these, and then I will go and put on the lace. So I make the pants like making pants, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this this smaller one, and I'm going to, of course, turn it inside out, and I will sew it along the hem. You will notice that because I used the whole width here and this wasn't the whole width, this is going to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay because then I have more to scrunch it up. So once I get this one sewn on, again, I'll go like this right sides together, sew it so that when I flip it, it'll just flip that way. And it will get stitched down with the third thing of lace when I finish sewing this one down. Again, it is bigger, so it will get scrunched down, and it'll be sewn like this, actually, like this, to the hem. It won't get sewn any other way. It won't get flipped or anything. It'll be sewn like this to create that like scrunched look at the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all that, and then I will show you what they look like when they're done. I'm going to talk about how I pinned the top one, the top ruffle. So doing ends, centers, okay, and then I would take the center and the end and do a quarter or an eighth, right? Because these are an eighth, and then split that eighth to fold it to get that kind of a look on the top one. On the bottom one, I'm going to do it differently. So this quarter one will be folded. Instead of having 8, I'm going to only have 4 folds on the bottom one. So I want the top one to be a little bit more roughly, plus you're going to see it. Compared to the bottom one, you're not going to see it as much. So, which is why I do it that way. So, just showing how I pinned the bottom one. I did pin up the top one so it doesn't get sucked in, because that did happen on the black ones. So you can see that these are inside out, so I pinned it so that technically this is the right side pinned to the wrong side, so the right side shows throughout the whole thing. So I pinned here, and then I pinned over here, and then I found the halfway point, and then I folded and pinned on either side to keep it from buckling too much. So these are going to be some are bigger, some are smaller, but again, it's just the underlayer. It's not that big of a deal because it's not going to show as much. So I'm going to stitch this down and put in my elastic. Oh, and then I also have to pin on top of this one once I fold it over the lace.